Greetings, my fellow warriors. I wanna. We saw the articles, and one of our guys, Navy commander, took and sent me the link, and I think it is very good article. It's from National Mortgage News, and I will post the link from it. And it says GSE IPO ready for two up to 5% initial sales if Trump okays it. Pulte. So it's behind the paywall. I'll find in your source. Wait. Okay, back in game. This is the article. What does it says? Um, Trump administration official respectively said Wednesday that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are definitely ready for a stock offering within a certain range, and conservatorship exit is an eventual goal. Federal Housing Finance Agency Bill Pulte told Fox News that GSE could stage secondary sales of 2.5 to 5% equity stake, which is an administration had sometimes informally referenced to loose use of the abbreviation for initial public offering. Technically, this would be an initial offering because Fannie and Freddie are already trade. Obviously, that would be up to the president when or if he decides to do it, Pulte said, retaining past assertion and noting that the fact that an IPO hasn't rushed has benefit in potentially improving potential gains and allowing expenditure on other projects. People wanted him to sell this company for 100 billion in this first term. Thank God didn't do it because now we are spending 200 billions on buybacks among other things, Putin said. Hints on how housing policy is being prioritized bring the size of the mortgage payments down to its priority, but moving toward Fannie and Freddie eventually exiting conservatorship remains part of the picture, Treasury Secretary Scott Bessent said separately during Financial Oversight Committee sharing. And the other part, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac FMC shares extended Wednesday gains in mid-time trading session after FHFA Bill Pulte discussed how much of government states in a mortgage grants would be sold in the event of potential initial public offering. Fannie Mae shares gained 6.5%, while Fmcc gained 7.4, both hovering around session highs at the press time. Earlier, the stock jolted after Tuesday. Secretary Scott Bessent hinted at eventually end to the conservatorship of the government-sponsored enterprise. We'd sell anywhere between 2.5% and 5% of Fannie and Freddie if they're brought public. Pulte said in an interview for Fox Business. He reiterated that such a decision, including timing of the deal, would be up to President Trump. Pulte has previously said that Trump was likely to decide in a month or two to the stakes in Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac and IPO. So let me just few that we pass a few stuff. So article is good. It is like really what happened and really what is going on. So 2.5 to 5%. We know that they want $30 billion. 2.5% for $30 billion. That is around. That means that market capitalization is 1.2 trillion. So if you take 1.2 trillion, 2.5% is 30 billion. In case that you take 5%, then the market capitalization is 600 billion. And we know that we have 10 billion shares with the warrants executed. Um, Consider they will sell something, they will probably try to sell warrants. They will not. They cannot sell apples. Basically, that means the price of the share is that 600 billion divided with 10 billion, it is $60, or in the case of the 2.5% on 200 120 1.2 trillion divided with 10 billion, it is $120 per share. So that is the price we can expect for the price of the share of the IPO. Yeah, it is basically at the beginning they start to use the initial IPO and then SPO, but eventually it will be, we as we call that, an uplist. So basically that we put the that company is relisted at the New York Stock Exchange, and we know that that is happening, and we know it is New York Stock Exchange. Even that, consider that we had before speculations that it will be on a Texas Stock Exchange, because if nothing else, because on the Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, on the Fannie Mae website, it did appear announcement, probably by mistake, that New York as New York Stock Exchange requirements for Fannie Mae. And but when we start to increase the make the noise about it, they remove it. Most probably, one of the website administrator just put that on the website. When they find out that we saw it and it started to be a noise, they took it off because everything is ready, but Trump still didn't give his final okay. And as Pulte stated, so everything is up to the president. And when Trump says that it is going, it is going. So, and what also in article says, and it is correct, that like maybe more than a month ago, around, let's say around a month ago, Pulte said that everything is ready and everything will be in month or two. So basically, we are entering in that time frame where we can expect something real. That it is going on. Also, on top of this, it's not mentioned here, and I would like to remind you that Scott Bessent said that. Uh, about that on a Sunday it will be a big announcement for the housing and uh, for the housing about the after the Super Bowl, and we know and we heard that Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac are actually paying for that advertisement. So something big is cooking on the in the kitchen. And also the third very important stuff, 30 days from now, we have that call dates for junior preferred shares are called, and it might happen that they're also called at the same period of time, and that they are cleaned. So when if that happens, like everything start to roll out, they will probably they will do everything at once. When they start um, cleaning the senior preferred shares, which are actually paid off, so they don't they are we physically pay them. um, why? Because the government, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, borrow $120 billion from government, pay off $250 billion. So we pay like, if we borrow from Al Capone, we would be better, but they took us the money. They took also 80% of the company. So the government got its share, and they did rob us, but it is what it is. Um, and But soon they will release it, and we are expecting that this 70-year-old nightmare will be done. um, so when there was a news, the stock market went up, and if there is no those short sellers who start actually to panic because we went over $9, we would have the price much higher. But they're very active. They're very persistent in the to try to bring the share down. There's like a couple of reasons why they do it. First, maybe they are making the money. Second, it might be the group that is actually trying to buy the warrants. So in case that they decrease price of the common share, they will be able to buy the warrants for less money from the Scott and Bessent and the Lutnick. So it's and the Trump. So when they start selling, and like if, for example, let's say this, if the stock price is $300, those people who want to buy the stock because they see the value in the company, they will have to pay, let's say, maybe 250 or $300. If the stock price is 10, they can negotiate and they can try to take the stock price for as less as possible. And but that is so that is a big problem for us. So that is pretty much the problem for us. So hopefully they will uh, they're cutting the and they're trying to decrease the price so they can buy the warrants for cheaper. Like if I'm the Besant or the Lutnik, I would be pretty upset. I i would, I would actually call the SEC and say, okay, who is doing the shorting? That those okay. Remove them from the list, from the buyers of the warrants. uh I know that you cannot do it, but that's what I would do. I'm kind of shady guy. So hopefully they will do something really similar. That they say, okay, you shorted the stock, you want to depress the price, you manipulate the price in order to steal from us while we are trying to sell. And they have the right. They have the moral right to do it. And overall, we're in a good path, and it is matter of time when everything will start to unroll and to be where it needs to be. Stay well, my friends, and you're on the right side of the history, financial history.